Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Sugar Acid Darling. Thank you guys so much for clicking once again. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. And to all my OGs, you know what to do. Comment down below, let me know. Gang. Now, welcome guys to yet another exciting month. We are in December. This is the last month of the year, and God has been faithful. Indeed, one of the things I thought I would have gotten by now is maybe before the end of this year. I wrote in my book, I was looking at it which day, and I'm like, oh my God, I wrote that I hope to get 100,000 subscribers at the end of 2024. Honestly, I did not do the work. I won't lie. I got so overwhelmed with making sure that every other thing was going well, and I'm so happy that it all paid off. So yes, we move 2025. We'll hopefully get to our target. Today we have something of a sad story. I would say the main reason I moved it here was because I needed to move topical issues and issues that can benefit everybody in a large scale to this particular channel. It's something out of Canada, but still it's something that a lot of people will relate to. I'm going to be reading from a blogger. Her name is Nigerian lady in Canada, and this story is so heartbreaking. Okay, so let's read. The summary of the notes that she put up was: I had a migraine 11 days after giving birth and went to the ER here in BC, which is British Columbia. I was made to wait 8 hours, after which I went into a coma for 3 days and suffered a stroke. I'm yet to fully recover from. I need justice. The letter says, hello Miss D, my name is Jennifer. I'm a 32-year-old mom based in one of the cities in British Columbia. On the evening of February 17th, 2024, I had a severe migraine 11 days after the birth of my first child. My husband immediately called 911, but the operator told us how long we were to wait. The wait time for the ambulance was too long, so we headed straight to the ER at the major hospital in my city. Upon getting there, I described my symptoms and explained I'm a new mom. A nurse checked my blood pressure and it was 150/100 at the time. They could see I was in visible physical discomfort, but the nurse asked my husband and I to go to the waiting room and sit and wait our turn. She was so casual about it, like my pain was inconsequential. Prior to this day, I was experiencing signs of postpartum preeclampsia. My feet were swollen to 3 times the size, and I was passing out blood clots the size of my fist. We were so scared that one time, after I used the toilet, we called 911, but the operator casually waved it off and said we should go to the ER instead. I also had a family health nurse that came in every other day, and when I complained to her, she waved it off and recommended Tylenol and Advil for discomfort. I had no reason to doubt her and followed her instruction to the letter. As a new mom, I didn't realize the severity of the situation I was in before the fateful day. Fast forward to February 17th evening at the hospital. We waited in the ER for 8 hours as my health deteriorated. My husband kept going to the nurses, frantically begging for help. His pleas fell on deaf ears. If our family practice was open at that time, we would have gone to a different place. It got so bad that I was so delirious and was going into shock, which made me urinate on myself and pass out. Before passing out, I could feel my left arm and leg going numb. I woke up at the Royal Columbia Hospital and was informed that the prolonged migraine caused a bleeding in my right brain, which led to a stroke, and I had been in coma for 3 days. I was also informed that the stroke caused left side weakness on my arm and leg, which would make it unlikely that I would be able to walk again. Oh my God. This brain injury also affected my voice, as I was intubated for 2 months. This affected my ability to articulate and string words together properly. I was in the hospital for 2 months, and during that time, aside from the cleaning from the nurses, I did not take a bath. I was then transferred to an inpatient rehab center while still unable to walk. This then led to months of intense rehabilitation, both inpatient and outpatient. My once full head of hair was cropped short, because the surgeon had to cut into my skull to stop the bleeding in my brain. The stroke has affected my overall quality of life, disrupted our family, my sight, my balance, passion, sense of adventure, and self-esteem. I'm not able to do the most crucial things for my daughter due to the weakness in my arm, and I am watching myself miss out important milestone as she grows up. I was in a wheelchair for 2 months. Now I'm able to walk with a limp, but my left arm is yet to fully recover, and I'm terrified if it doesn't fully recover. People try to shush me when I voice out my fears with talks about faith, positive thinking, and prayers. But it's easy to say these things when you're not at the receiving end of this nightmare. Also, while prepping me for transfer to the Royal Caribbean, while prepping me for transfer to Royal Columbia Hospital, a staff took my wedding ring, and all efforts to retrieve the ring has proved abortive, buried under a pile of BS paperwork and protocol meant to frustrate me into giving up. Just recently, the hospital sent a memo blatantly denying taking my wedding ring. I want my wedding ring back. It holds a remarkably sentimental value to me. This said hospital in my city upended my life through a wrench in my career progression. Before this nightmare, I was a commercial airplane pilot. As you may know, the AME body of Transport Canada does not give a pass to one-armed pilots. I feel robbed and I am so angry. This kind of stuff shouldn't be happening in this country, Canada. I need justice. I'm just 32 years old and I refuse to accept that this is now my life. I have contacted lawyers so as to sue the hospital, but all of them are shying away from taking on the case due to the financial backing the hospital's governing body in BC has. Please, I need recommendations for any law firms, lawyers, or organizations that will be open to taking up my case. I want to get as much justice and compensation that would commensurate to my suffering and possibly retrieve my wedding ring. I'm open to being contacted by any lawyer or organization that would like to work with me to get justice. I'll provide the name of the hospital this happened and any other information needed to get me justice. Please, every suggestion is welcome. I'll be in the comments. Thank you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This was a long read, I know, but this was a very important read, and this is the entire essence of my video. Now, as somebody that has lived in Canada for close to 2 years now, I would say the medical system or the healthcare system is very bad. I don't if one of the things you would have known from watching my videos, especially for my older darlings, is that I don't mince words. Anybody that will feel bad should please try and feel bad. It's bad. The last time I was in Nigeria, which was in July, I conducted a full body test, scan, everything, did massage, did everything that I needed to do medically. I get it. There are people that ran from Nigeria to come here to run their medical and swear by Canadian healthcare system. Those people are not me. This wait time is not funny. On several locations, even in BC, there's one of the posters, I don't even know if I can get to it, that they say funny Canada hospital, memes and all of that. And I think in a hospital, they actually wrote, if you die while waiting for your turn, please make sure to cancel it or something. That's to show you how lax, how overburdened the system is. And before people run and say it's because of people migrating here, there are many doctors willing and able that have not been given the chance to operate. So people are even having code where they say if you go to the emergency room, you have to roll on the floor, you have to scream. She had a migraine. My close friend, when she wanted to give birth to her second child, she just went for antenatal or something, and they checked her. In Nigeria, before you people, I know it's always the bad news that used to go for. They checked her and noticed that she had protein in her urine or something, and her blood pressure was high. They checked blood pressure was first high and then protein in urine. And the doctor told her, this child is coming out now. Because we are aware of preeclampsia. We are aware of the severities of it. One of the most annoying things is being told to take Tylenol. I do not even take it. I will take Procode. Most times, okay, do you have headache? I'll take Procode. I will sleep off. Like, see, nothing against it, nothing against Advil, nothing against all the pain meds here. But they swear by it like it's a general cure to everything. Take Tylenol. For somebody that is telling you she's bleeding the size of her fist, take Tylenol. Like, she would have been better off if she entered a plane without her newborn baby and ran to Nigeria or ran to somebody where, or called the consultant and said, Oga, is there somebody you can call? Because at this point, people are joking. Many lives. There's a lady that waited for a doctor till her normal kidney pain or kidney stone feeling type of pain got into damaged kidney. Like, she needed a transplant just because she was waiting. That's how long it took for them to get her the specialist that will take care of her case. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is a general information, and I believe that as somebody that does weddings and what can happen before and after, this is something that you should take note of. The lady in question says she's just 32. This is a new mom. It's her first child. There used to be this note that was going out where people were like, if your wife is giving birth and your friend has been shot, who will you carry first, and all those stupid things. Let me tell you, the number of horrific stories I've heard related to pregnancy and childbirth, so bad. It changes you completely. Now, an otherwise healthy person, like she wrote, she used to be a commercial pilot. They need their two hands. They need, like, for you to even say you have a feeling of weakness on one, automatically disqualifies you. So it seems like this hospital stole everything from her. And she's just 32 to go into a stroke. And the worst part about stroke is when you get the first one, do everything not to get the first stroke, because there's an increased chance now to get the second one. God forbid that's not her portion, but we can understand how strange it has gotten. There have been cases where people have had to enter the plane and travel to Nigeria because of wait time. I think a lady had to have like 12 or 16 fibroids removed from her stomach before the doctor will even know what was wrong with. See, the incompetency level is getting very scary. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. We are going to be reading some comments. The first comment is by Olufemiloye. He says, this is a very heartbreaking experience. Aside getting a lawyer, she should involve the media. She can involve organizations like Fraser Institute in BC. They've done some work on related issues in the past. And for Global News BC, Paul Johnson writes on the health system. She can reach out to Paul. Oh, he even dropped the email for Paul or City News. Fantastic. Olufemiloye is an amazing content creator based in Canada as well. His page has helped a lot of people. So this is good news. Somebody wrote there, it no go better to go give birth in the US instead of Canada, because at this point it happens everywhere. I won't even lie to you. I wish I can just tell you that US will be better, but there has been high maternal mortality in US over the past few years. It's something that has been happening, but without proper data, and that is for Black women. High. And I don't want to, it's not anything racist. It's just the fact that they do not take our cries serious. They feel you're exaggerating. So Black women have lost their lives because nurses are nonchalant, thinking that you're just acting up. The pain is not all that. And they leave them to bleed out. And before people get to notice anything is up, something. Grace Ajilore talked about this when she was giving birth. Sadly, there was one YouTuber, a Ghanaian YouTuber, that passed as a result of that. There have been many cases of that, many cases. Like, the moment I hear there is a lady that is giving birth, I just pray for you, because especially in Western countries, it's prevalent. In Africa, if you're talking about Nigeria, if you're just going to give birth in a military hospital or a general hospital, you know what you're signing up for. It can get crazy. If you go to hospitals that have a certain care, and like I said, when it's time to give birth, you must have your own doctor. I didn't say you have a hospital. A hospital is a level. Having a doctor that is your doc, I don't want to hear you, Mr. Doctor. You're the one attending to me. You have my file. You know my symptoms. You know if I call you by 11 and I tell you that I'm feeling like this, you know based on what you have read that is either this or this. That is like my own take, because most times people have gone to hospitals that they feel like have a good name without knowing anybody, and you encounter a student doctor in a time when there's nobody around, you don't know anybody, and that person just, does anything. You understand? They just do whatever they have in their mind. We've had people that just lose their life for, negligence. It's very important for us to also appreciate women a lot, because just see. On the other hand, I feel like US can also have a very good system, especially for the private practice. But if you're ready to spend, their medical system is more, costly. But if you're ready to spend, you can have very good, medical care. That's also something I feel like you need to look at it both ways, okay? So we're having Canadians or people living in Canada wanting to run to US to give birth. People in Nigeria coming to Canada to give birth. Everybody's going somewhere. God help us. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Somebody wrote this, say, sad to hear this happen to her. Here's a tip for anyone. If you ever visit the ER, mention chest pain. They prioritize it even over accident cases due to the potential severity. Once you're seen, explain the actual reason for the visit. Somebody said, absolutely true. As an EMS dispatcher, the moment you advise of chest pain or difficulty breathing, this changes everything, as those are priority symptoms. An ambulance will be dispatched immediately. The only call that will supersede that will be a call where the patient is not conscious and not breathing. This is also the case for triage in the hospital. So sorry you had to go through this. Somebody wrote there, this would be deception, sir, and can be life-threatening to those who require urgent medical treatment. I understand the wait time and it is truly alarming, but we cannot afford to deceive the healthcare workers. That would mean not taking anyone who says chest pain serious. Maybe we wouldn't know when someone has real cases of chest pain. See, people do different things to survive. Nobody knows when the next symptom is going to crop up. When she was in the hospital talking and crying, she didn't know that the next thing would be coma and stroke. So if somebody gives a tip, why are we even having to get to a point in a first world country where this is an issue, medical? Like, not that you are attended to and you have debts, or you have like a bill that is so high, you have to contest, or you have to, make payment plan to. You have not even been attended to till the worst happens, and they stole her ring. That's really low. Like, some things that happen in this country are so ghetto. Like, somebody wrote here, I had high BP at 36 weeks. My gynae sent me to the hospital. They sent me back because there was no bed. What in the loot is happening here? Is it loot? LUTH, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital is happening here. They sent me back because there was no bed. I called 911. They took me back. As at the time EMS came, I was 174/80. I suffered headache until the next morning because there was no doctor on ground. I swear to God, this is not UPTH. This is Canada. Oh Lord have mercy. Oh God have mercy. Because there was no doctor on ground. When the doctor came, she whispered that we should enter the theater. They took my baby out, rushed me to ICU. I only saw my baby for a few seconds. I couldn't even hold him. BP rose to 200. But I was on close monitoring till I went home. So I don't understand why they will not do that. Please look for the medical organization in BC and report the hospital. If they had done the needful, issue of stroke wouldn't have happened. Please don't keep the moment we have gotten to this point is dangerous waters we're on, and I really hope she does get justice. This is kind of like an eye-opener for all women. When it comes to your health, when it comes to hospital matter, nobody should, any pain that is not normal. I'm not telling you to say, I see my pain threshold is high. it's not the time, especially with migraine. You see that your legs are swelling, you've given birth, it's still swollen, it's not coming down, your BP is high. If you have the personal, there's this BP machine, every pharmacy at every junction. Like, I feel at some point, whether do we have, is pros and cons. Is it that we had more access to medical places in Nigeria than here in terms of wait time? Because everybody has a pharmacy or a chemist, so to speak, in the pharmacy that can check your blood pressure and say, hey, auntie, hospital. And then everybody knows a doctor. Or is it me? If you have a doctor and you call the doctor and say, my BP is high, even if the doctor is in Lagos or somewhere else, doctor says, you know what, rush to Prime, rush to Paragon. I have a friend that is on duty now. I'm going to call this hospital. I'm going to call this person. Rush there. Let somebody drive. I feel like as much as there's the hospital thing, there's also the call and the, I don't know. I don't know if that's an added thing. People see it as, having, somebody and all this kind of corruption. It's not corruption to know a doctor that knows your history, But the thing with Canada is, even 911 can take you like you are joking. I get it. There have been many stupid calls, prank calls. EMS might think that is play. Like, hospital is overwhelmed, so they are not paid to just be overtly empathetic about everybody's case, because everybody there is feeling pains. Everybody is going through the same thing. It's not like when you get to the doctor, you have so much of a fantastic care. Sometimes they do. Other times you have to say only one illness per visit, and I'm not kidding you. It's that deep. So for those of you that are running from your country, running from Nigeria to come to the Western world to give birth, these are things that you need to take note of. And this is one of the reasons why I don't believe that you should leave your country alone and come to Canada and give birth. Like, there's nobody with you. You just come and weather the storm. See, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Such a sad note to start our December series with, but I do pray and hope that this lady gets justice. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm your girl Asidalin. Please check out my other videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.